we are going to be talking more and more about everything in the world of Gears of War, the things that we're hoping to see. Now, one of the videos that I made on my YouTube channel was talking about the Gears of War collection, the possibility of it, but what happens with Gears Esports if the Gears of War collection gets announced. So this is a really interesting one. So let's just say that the Gears of War collection gets announced. We all know, okay, and for those of you who don't know, Gears Esports is shutting down right this year. And the coalition had announced that they brought out a program update expressing that it's going to be ending, unfortunately. That being the Gears of War program, or the Gears of War esports program. And it's kind of it's definitely a sad thing for me, even though I'm not, I believe that the Gears of War esports scene is going to come back at some point or another. I think it's important that you guys all know, that if the Gears collection gets announced, I think that there's a real possibility that Gears Esports could come back, but I think that Gears Esports may not come back until Gear 6. So the competitive scene, I think there's going to be people that are going to be putting on different, tournaments and such, but I don't think that they're going to be put on by the coalition until Gear 6 gets released. And it's going to be up to us guys, because it's going to be like the last chance for Gears Esports, in my personal opinion, for that to really make an impact. So that being said, there was something else that I wanted to go over with you guys here here in a moment. So there was a video that came out, and I was really like mind blown by this video. It's from King Abe's. I'm sure some of you guys know who Abe's is, but he's an awesome YouTuber. So you guys can kind of take a look and see this. He made a video talking about the Gears of War iceberg, and this was like super fascinating to me. I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to talk about it. Okay, so what if there is no Marcus Phoenix collection? What are the chances of only Gears 2 only remastered? That's a good question. Gears 2 only being remastered. I cannot see Gears 2 being the only one being remastered. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Why would you only remaster Gears 2? I know we got the Ultimate Edition, which of course was just Gears of War 1. But I think that's interesting. A very interesting question. Could they do it? I mean, they could. I can't really see it. I could see more of a Gears of War collection happening where it's, Gears 2, Gears 3, and then maybe Gears Judgment being in it, because they already did Ultimate Edition. I don't think it makes sense to bring Gears of War, 1 back into the fray with the Gears collection. They very well may. That would be more like a Marcus Phoenix collection, but I think Gears of War collection would be at least Gears 2, 3, and then Gears Judgment. Even though I feel that Gears Judgment was the dark ages of Gears, in my personal opinion. I still think that having it being remastered is very important, just for the history of Gears of War. And they could maybe add some things to Gears Judgment that could make the experience a little bit better. Not everybody hated Gears Judgment, but I just felt that from what we had in Gears 3 to Gears Judgment, I mean, it was just night and day. Gears of War 3 to this day, is still my favorite Gears of War of all time. I thought that Gears 1, 2, and 3, that trilogy, was unlike any that we've ever had. I believe it was the third-person shooter of our time. I still believe that. I know Fortnite's out, guys, and Fortnite, they're crushing it. Like, Fortnite's doing unbelievable things, right? But Gears of War is a very special third-person title. There's nothing like it, and I think it's very, very important that we see the continuation of that into the future. So Zed says the Twitter post from the coalition on New Year said rev those Lancers, and there was a Gears 2 Marcus Phoenix looking at the sunset. Yeah, I think that could be, though, it very well could just mean, hey, Gears of War 2 is going to be coming with the Gears of War collection, which would make sense, right? They've kind of teased a number of things over the course of time. But yeah, I mean, if let's put it this way, I wouldn't be surprised if they just announced, Gears 2 remastered. I wouldn't be like it could never happen, but I would, if I were to bet on it, I would say Gears 2, Gears 3, and Gears of War Judgment, potentially Gears of War 1 as well.